Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Word on the street is that the locusts are swarming the underworks. Patrol gonna get it under control before the shit hits the fan?
Unlikely. High Command's about as interested in the slums as they are the underworks. Why try to spit-shine a turd? And what's it to you anyway? As it goes, little nuisances have a way of becoming big problems over time. Proliferation. And I'd be willing to pay to nip it in the bud now, before they start to hit our warehouses and personnel, too. Well, you'd have more luck killing them in their nests than hunting them one by one. Or you could booby-trap the tunnels and catch the rats while they roam. Your call.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Made the traps you suggested. Now they just have to be set to catch the locusts.
Then I'll make sure they find their way to the tunnels. Keep the filthy things from reaching the surface and poaching our goods. And Lieutenant, thank you for caring. The poorest of us rarely get shown such concern. It's your lucky day. I need a favor, if you have the time, on top of the missions the captain already gave you.
Depends on the favor.
Soldiers back from the front are barricaded inside the warehouse. But they think Aurora's outside and they're in the middle of a war zone. They've terrorized the merchants, but honestly, that's not even the worst of it. According to internal reports, they're not just soldiers. They're test subjects for a new combat drug that increases their strength tenfold. The paranoia is probably a result of the drug, but it makes the situation even more dangerous. I would prefer it if you could reason with them. You could use force, but in their state, the drugs could push them over the edge. A straight-up fight could kill them. First things first, we need to help get them quarantined and away from civilians to prevent further collateral damage. I know you're up to your neck in other responsibilities, but please, this is a favor for me and a favor for the guys. If the ASC handles it instead, I know I'm gonna be writing letters of condolences. Don't let it come to that.
How does he think a noob who's not even a real soldier will be able to reason with a corporal hopped up on some super drug? He knows technomancers aren't magicians, right?
Pipe down, Lieutenant will find a way. Maybe we just need to find the corporal's family to help talk him down. Look at me, I'm just full of ideas.
Please let me in. It's imperative I speak to someone in charge.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but no civilians are allowed in the barracks. If you have a question, you're gonna need to send it.
Just, please. I'm Corporal Tyron's wife. He should have been back home yesterday, but someone must know where he is. What's happened to him? Please.
Ma'am, I have no idea. If you got a letter, I can pass it along. Other than that, though, you gotta go.
Ma'am, your husband. He's one of the soldiers who returned yesterday?
Yes, I'm Corporal Tyron Ward's wife. So he is back? Why haven't I been permitted to see him? What's wrong?
Ma'am, he's safe, but he's scared. Paranoid. Suffering severe post-traumatic stress. So what I need for you to do is tell me something. Anything that might help me convince him to listen. Before he gets himself killed.
Tell him I'm here. Tell him I'm waiting to see him. Dying to see him. Tell him about the ribbon he sent me for my hair. And that it's not just me waiting anymore. That we're going to have a child soon.
Unfortunately, this is beyond my skill level. Corporal, let's chat.
You want to chat? Sure, why not? Not like we're at war here. Let's just have a goddamn tea party. Whatever you want to chat about. Oh, shit, I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I didn't see your stripes. Your uniform threw me off, sir. My mistake.
It's fine, Corporal. Stand down. Listen, Corporal, you're confused. You're scared, and I get that. Not a lot is making sense to you now, but you have to trust me. You're back in Ophir, and your wife, Maya, she's worried about you.
Maya? How the hell do you know my wife's name? Did you do something to...
Your wife's fine, Corporal. She even told me about that ribbon you sent her.
She told you about the ribbon? I don't understand. There was a goddamn war raging out there. I heard it. We were under siege. If we're in Ophir, you telling me it's under siege?
It was. The fighting's done, though. You held the warehouse like men, so just relax and return to your barracks. Rest. And wait for your wife. She has some good news for you.
Good news? Of what?
The best kind. Trust me. The kind that'll be a reason to stay safe. Stay alive.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Men, listen up. Lower your arms. We're heading back to the barracks. On the double.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
I solved your problem, Quartermaster.
Is that so? And how'd it go?
No lives lost. But if we don't find an antidote to the drug, I doubt those men will see a day outside a cell for the rest of their lives.
Thanks, Lieutenant. We owe you one. A friend of mine working on the test actually sent us a sample, and we should be able to make an antidote with it. Eventually, I hope.
Give me the sample. I know someone who could probably find the cure quickly.
Thank you, Lieutenant. If he succeeds, he will help us out a lot. Here, take this.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Captain, report?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Rest assured, potential scandal's been abolished. Everything's in order. We managed to neutralize most. Some, unfortunately, escaped.
Then you didn't act quickly enough. It should have been your priority, Lieutenant. Because of your failures, all we can do now is hope that the word doesn't spread. And what was the fate of the sergeant in charge of the group?
Sergeant Boris? You'll be pleased to hear that he's been eliminated, as requested.
I'm glad to hear my expectations were met. As hard as it must have been to carry out those orders, it's never easy to take the life of one of your own, even if he was a coward and a traitor. You did well, saved us from scandal. My trust was well placed. Quartermaster has your pay. Go get it. It was well earned. Good. Moving on. We have new missions. Bit of a welcome change from the big chases. We've got state officials arriving in Ophir today, and an ASC warning that an influx of Aurora spies in the city are planning trouble. For security, the officials will be picked up in rovers outside the city and brought to the hangars, rather than coming through the station. We've got brigades tracking the spies, but you're gonna have to usher them through the slums and make sure they get to our quarters safely. No excuses. No failures. We clear? Questions, Lieutenant? We've got state officials arriving in Ophir today, and an ASC warning that an influx of Aurora spies in the city are planning trouble. For security, the officials will be picked up in rovers outside the city and brought to the hangars, rather than coming through the station. We've got brigades tracking the spies, but you're gonna have to usher them through the slums and make sure they get to our quarters safely. No excuses. No failures. We clear?
We have rovers?
A few of Abundance's most prized relics, dating back to the colonists. Fragile and hard to fix, though, so they're used sparingly. But when we need to travel away from our shadow paths, they're damn near invaluable. They're small, though, so they're not transporting more than a few men. But who knows? You may find need for them on quick and dirty missions in the future.
Who are these officials I'm being sent to babysit?
Senior ministers of agronomy evacuated from Greenhope. Some coddled pop star singer, and most importantly, some senior officials, including the High Judge, a man we can't afford to lose. Whatever you have to do, just make sure you get them to their destination in one piece.
What's Aurora have to gain by targeting our officials?
Destabilization, humiliation, to show they can strike anywhere at any time, even in the heart of our capital. I don't have a damn clue how they got so deep inside the city. But the only thing that's important now is to make sure whatever the hell they're planning is put to an end. Consequences could be disastrous.
Captain, report?
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
The insurgency's been quelled.
What about this pain in my ass, Bulgakov?
Good news, we found Bulgakov and stopped her from blowing up the station. Bad news, she got herself killed in the assault.
It's not ideal since the Colonel wanted her, alive. I'm sure as shit not happy about the paperwork I'm gonna be filling out now. But you saved some lives, and it's better than her getting away. Go find Quartermaster Ryan for your pay. Next time, though, try not to pick and choose the orders you want to follow.
How are you, Zachariah?
I'm fine, and you?
Good. How may I be of service?
What do you know about Great Master Ian?
A truly great man, instilled with a vision and goal that most likely saved us. Before his arrival, things were simpler in Ophir. The ASC was out here, but by and large, they were little more than a corporate espionage network, disinterested in either the army or us. Of course, we always answered to a chain of command, but it was nothing like what we've experienced since Victor has taken the lead. From the beginning, there was cause for alarm. However, the former Great Master, Brandon, was far too old to have energy enough to lead the charge against our enemies. Ian, though, is inspired. He's inspired us to stand up for our right to freedom, to expand our understanding beyond the simple message we all saw in the dome. Such wisdom and strength are rarely found in one person.
Do you know Sean?
Not as well as you, I am sure. However, from what I can recall as his teacher long ago, he was an idealist, hungry for change, for a world where technomancers wouldn't have to hide their secrets, where they might live normal lives with families and children. But, unfortunately, that dream, which might have provoked him to become a catalyst for change, merely left him bitter from the loneliness inherent in our condition. He is lucky to have found such a friend and student in you, and because of that, his leaving for the front will be terribly painful for him.
What are your thoughts on the ASC?
Were I a younger man, I might play it safe. Say I know nothing of them, that they protect us. But age exhausts the desire to continue down such a path. The ASC is a disease that is destroying abundance for the vanity of a single man, Colonel Victor. They're not just our enemies as technomancers. They're also our enemies as citizens of abundance and inhabitants of Ophir. They strangle the freedom of the people under the weight of their own paranoia. To them, everyone is guilty of something. Their sustenance is hatred and fear. And, I fear, a clash with them will one day test our survival.
What do you know about the Technomancers?
For such a specific question, it raises broad answers. I cannot speak of those from Aurora, for instance. I know they have little power there, that they are seen more as guardians than soldiers. But do they know from where their abilities stem? Here, only the initiated know. As you are aware, we keep the youngest of our kind in the dark, fearing the knowledge might be too much for them to bear. That secret, though, once shared, forms a bond like none other, melding us into brothers and sisters, bonding us in spite of Abundance's efforts to keep us apart. It forges solidarity, a concept very dear to me. It defines us, I believe, even more than our powers.
What do you know about the exchange quarter?
A strange, almost exotic neighborhood. A haven for merchants who claim no corporation as their home, who bear with them goods and news from beyond our borders, and boggle the mind with their uniqueness. It's refreshing.
You know our chapel very well, don't you?
An ancient place. The remnants of the first domes in the city upon which Ophir was built. Though, admittedly, we know not what they were used for back then. Perhaps a place of worship, perhaps of knowledge or research. One cannot know, as its purpose was adapted and changed to meet the evolving needs of generations of technomancers. Numerous relics and tunnels linking it to the underwork have been added over time.
What can you tell me about the source?
It is the heart of Ophir, and therefore Abundance's. The city's most ancient neighborhood, spotted with the remnants of the original domes. A place of power, as expected, where politicians, military officials, ASC members, and even technomancers mix. Besides our chapel, though, I admit it is not a place I enjoy. I am no diplomat, and in a neighborhood where all that matters is how many there support you at the council, it is not a place for me.
Are you familiar with the underworks?
I know them, in bits and pieces. People say they extend for untold miles. Subterranean channels forged by water and the claws of creatures so expansive that none have ever explored them all. Beneath the chapel lies a crypt containing the remains of our most distinguished members. But there as well are countless storage areas, shortcuts that elude the less desirable areas of the city, and even places of refuge for the banished and most wretched of our populace.
What can you tell me about the slums?
Besides the underworks, they are the largest part of our city. As its population swelled, so did its buildings, but far too quickly and without proper standards, which now leave its occupants sans adequate safety, urbanism, or even means for sanitation. It is a surprise that many of those buildings have managed to stay standing, and that some contagion has not yet spread.
Zach, good to see you. How does army life suit you?
Pretty good, thanks. How are you? When's your next deployment?
I do not know, but what I do know is this. They're going to be sending me to the front lines alongside all the others. That I'm certain. I want to make sure that none of us become close. No matter. You're not here to listen to my belly aches.
My mission is to chase deserters and put an end to their life so that the scandal doesn't affect the army.
A difficult mission, especially from a moral standpoint. Are you okay?
Yes, it's raised some questions. It goes against what you've always taught me. The value of human life. That means nothing against the army's reputation.
Well, it must have been a hard choice to make. We are at war, and alas, the simple fact justifies extremes. Whereas in the end, it is only politics. I'm sorry, Zach. I hope that your next missions will be less difficult. I don't want you to become as jaded as I am.
Goodbye, Sean.
Goodbye, Zach. Be careful.
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
I finally managed to meet the merchants you told me about. It wasn't easy. The mob kidnapped them for serum. I freed them before talking to them.
I'm sure gratitude helped to loosen their lips. So what knowledge was gleaned from such lengths?
Word that Aurora is running large-scale excavations along the shadow paths near our territory, and in the process uncovering important objects, maybe even a relic.
Fascinating. Finds that are no doubt better off in our hands than those of Aurora's technomancers. Keep those merchants close, Zachariah. Information like that is such a priceless commodity. You are no more free to roam than the rest of us. Of that I have no doubt. But if you find yourself with access to a rover and perhaps find a way to that excavation site and locate the relic, well, you cannot know the value it might hold if brought back to us. It may seem petty. It's a mission for some rusty relic that may or may not even exist. However, if you are able to slip away from Ophir,
Do we know what forces Aurora deployed to protect the site?
the greatest challenge shall be their own technomancers. I am certain they'll be supported by numerous soldiers and laborers willing to lay down their lives in their defense. But I have faith in you, Zachariah Rogue Mancer. Endowed with the intelligence and adaptability that both your names imply, you always find a way. And I wouldn't be surprised if you come out the other side having made new allies. You are no more free to roam than the rest of us. Of that I have no doubt. But if you find yourself with access to a rover and perhaps find a way to that excavation site and locate the relic, well, you cannot know the value it might hold if brought back to us. It may seem petty. It's a mission for some rusty relic that may or may not even exist. However, if you are able to slip away from Ophir,
Lieutenant Zachariah Mancer. What a pleasure.
Hello, sir. I don't think I've had the honor of meeting you before.
Ah, of course. I am Colonel Victor Watcher of the ASC.
Colonel.
At ease, Lieutenant, at ease. Simply came to congratulate you and learn that you become a technomancer of the highest degree. For a young man from the Rogue family, that's a terrific achievement.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Your road must have been difficult, but you persevered. An outsider who managed to work his way into the ranks of the elite technomancers. A marvelous story, especially given their secrecy. They've always fascinated me. Do you have any insight as to why they chose to be so insular?
I'm sorry, Colonel, but I don't know what you mean.
What a shame. By coming to you out of friendship and camaraderie, I was hoping that you wouldn't treat me like an outsider, too. All right, then. Back to your duties. But think about what I asked, and we'll see each other again.
Mr. Mancer, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Big on weaponry, I hope. What can I get you?
Never noticed all the beggars in the neighborhood. This a new thing?
No. They've been here way too long, if you ask me. More and more keep piling in. They're ruining my business. Not a clue where they're coming from. All I know is they keep pouring in, broken, disabled, putting it out there for pity. Clients coming around don't like that. Me and my colleagues would pay a hefty sum to anyone who could get them out of here and move them to the slums or somewhere. You could be that someone? Yeah?
I can try. What else do you know about all these beggars appearing?
Not much more than you can see. They're all missing an arm, which is weird. First, I figured that they were all wounded soldiers from, the front, but mostly that's because the story they were all telling. But it's just a stack of lies. Obviously, time changed my opinion. Because our beloved abundance would never let our veterans and heroes flounder like that. And looking at some of them, the shape they're in, pretty clear they were never soldiers. They're just deformed and disabled and a nasty sight to look at. Why they all chose to litter these streets, I don't have a clue.
Hello, Fiorello.
Ah, our savior is here. It's, wonderful to see you again.
You seem a bit preoccupied. Things not going well?
No, it has. Everything has gone very well because of your efforts. Let's just say that my leave of absence didn't help my business. Don't think I'm not grateful, friend. I appreciate the thought. What can I do for you?
Can I ask what corporation you're from?
You can ask, but you may be disappointed by the answer. None. My parents were traveling merchants like me. The road is my home. Always has been. Not to take anything away from your corporation. Its technical miracles, beautiful city, and all the rest. But I don't think I could ever settle down. There is freedom in having no ties.
So how does it all work? You merchants trade with each other too, or...?
Our lives would be impossible otherwise. The travel required to collect the vast array of goods we purvey would be impractical, to say the least. For instance, a fellow merchant is traveling to your hydroponic farms as we speak, and is gathering goods that he will swap with me to bring back to Alliance's territory. And there are other merchants who trade goods with me from territories even further away, and on and on and on. We would be at a loss without each other. So, we stick together. A big family, in a way.
I can't imagine everything you've seen. How far have you gone?
We can't really leave the shadow paths, but those ways connect nearly all the big cities on the planet. That said, my travels usually take me to Junction Complex, Alliance's main city. A place that would surprise you, I should think. Filled with mechanization that the corporation has rather strangely invested so heavily in. I've also been to Shadowland. Its center is far more baroque, and its slums boggle the mind with how far they stretch. But Abundance's explorers, I know, have gone much further than I. To the ends of the planet, I hear. Maybe one day you might join them on an expedition. Experience the world yourself, rather than just hearing of it secondhand.
Rumor is you merchants have a secret city hidden somewhere.
Ah, yes. The cave we open with the utterance of a magic word to protect our troves of treasures. A tale, Mr. Mancer, nothing more. We are merchants. What goods we have, we sell. To buy more goods, which we sell, and so forth and so on. There is no secret in our ways, or treasures hidden in faraway caves.
Who's the girl? She doesn't exactly look like a merchant.
It is a good question. I found her tied up in the warehouse that we were dumped in. The poor thing cannot even remember her own name. Figure she must have family or friends around here, though, so I keep her with me, hoping someone might recognize her. Just banking on luck, though. Maybe as an officer, you might be able to check and see if someone has reported her missing. I'm sure her family would be grateful, as I would.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Officer Mancer. You are a man of endless generosity.
Listen, maybe I can help. What's going on?
You are too kind. I am so deeply indebted to you. Anyway, yes, I am a little worried. More than a little, to be truthful. 2 of my regular clients, after the kidnapping, must have assumed the worst and just left. Haven't heard from them. No one but you, I admit, cared enough to come to look for me. That said, their merchandise is here, but I have no way of telling them I am back without the risk of exposing myself. I don't mean to treat you like my errand boy. I only ask because you offered your help. Anyway, if you could let them know, I could compensate you as well. One of them, I'm sure you know. The barracks quartermaster. The other one is a slums merchant.
You know where the merchant's at?
Of course, of course. If you have a map, I could show you. Bless you, Mancer. 1,000 times over, bless you for all you've done for me.
Where'd you find the girl?
We were actually thrown together. When they brought us to that wretched hellhole warehouse, there she was. Tied up. Unconscious, tortured, through and through. Whatever she did to get that sort of treatment couldn't have been as bad as all that. So when you arrived to free us, I, in turn, freed her. I always tried to pay a good deed forward. She would have died had I left her behind. Since then, I've asked around the exchange, but nobody seems to know her any more than she knows herself. Perhaps she comes from the slums, somehow betrayed the Vori, stole from them, who knows? But whatever it was, the punishment was brutal. But maybe, as you go around the city, maybe you'll find a way to bring her name back to her.
Look at you. Glad to see you. Can't tell you how much your help was. It is appreciated. Well, things might have worked themselves out in time, but who has time these days? And you sure saved me the hassle. You're a Technomancer?
I am. Zachariah Mancer.
I'm lucky, in name and in life. You Mancers all stick together. Know each other real well, don't you?
Know each other, maybe, but we're scattered between here and the front.
Right. The front. Of course, the front. So, I take it you know where I can find I believe his name is Master Connor?
He's still in town, away from the front, training recruits.
Lucky again. Just what I wanted to hear. Think you might be up to do me a favor?
Either way, I'm here. Tell me what you need.
Simple. To meet Master Connor and relay some information. With your help, of course. Without your help, well, being just a simple merchant, unwelcome outside the exchange, I suppose it'd be a bit harder. If not, impossible. You know as well as I do, a common merchant can't just stroll up to the likes of a master. So, you get me in front of him, and I'll owe you one. How about that?
I'll see what I can do.
And I'll be much obliged. Serum, sir? Got a drop for a poor war cripple?
No, I don't. You gotta move it along, pal.
Where do you want me to go? One block over, any better for you?
Listen, I'm sorry. I am. I get it. Life's kicked you in the balls, and you're just trying to survive. And if you were the only one begging these streets, it'd be different. But you're not. It's you and countless others making it really hard for the merchants to conduct their business. Merchants who, if I don't get you out, are more than willing to ask much less kindly. So I'm just asking you to move it somewhere else.
Life might have kicked me in the balls, but it was the smuggler who took my arm. Promised to kill me if I leave these streets.
The smuggler.
I had nothing here. All abundance held for me was pain and trouble. Know what that's like? To only know misery? To be so desperate a bit of hope shines like the only ray of light you've ever seen. That's what the smuggler was when I met him. Promise of better. A chance to start again in Aurora, where I could rebuild my life.
Didn't work out that way?
No, sir. Had me driven to a warehouse where I signed some papers I didn't even read. That's what hope gets you, I guess. Once he had him, he threatened to turn them over to the ASC if I didn't work for him. Pickpocket at the market and give him everything I stole.
Which you did.
Steal or die, which would you choose, sir? But even then, after time, I couldn't keep quiet. Too much pride, I guess. So I spoke up, and for my trouble, lost my arm and was sent to the streets to beg for him. I leave the street, I die. I fail to bring him enough serum, I die. I refuse his orders, I go to the ASC, I die. I ask you, is this living?
It's surviving, at least.
Hey, mister. You got some serum, mister?
No, I don't. And you folks gotta clear out. Let's go.
We gotta... You gonna protect us if we do?
No, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, you think? We leave, the smuggler will kill us.
I've heard the stories. Promised to help you escape, then made you steal, then cut off your arm in thanks.
That's right. But more than just mine, sir. Many more.
Know where to find this guy?
Yes, sir. At the station, sir. But you ain't gonna get near him dressed like that, sir. He'll see you coming blocks away. Look a little more poor, dirtier, and you might have yourself a chance.
I hear you. Thanks. Hello?
Hello. Looking for some medicine? Drugs? Ingredients, maybe?
Hey there, Fiorello.
Ah, the one, the only, Technomancer. A pleasure as always. What brings you here this fine day?
Hey there, Fiorello.
Ah, the...
Hey there, Fiorello.
Ah!
Hey there, Fiorello.
Ah, the...
Hey, I was told you could help me.
That so? Perhaps.
I heard you were the discreet type. Could maybe help me and my friends get out of fear. Leave abundance. That true?
What's your deal? Political problems? Avoiding the front? Never mind, keep your silence. Better for all. Yeah, I have some contacts that might be able to help you out. But I don't do favors. It's gonna cost you. And to be straight, to get 3 people out is gonna cost some bribes to guards and officials. Not gonna be cheap. But if you got the serum, we can get you on your way.
Brought you everything I could scrape together. We still need time to tie up some loose ends before we head out.
Sure. Pay when you're ready, but don't drag your feet. This isn't exactly a safe business, and I've been thinking of getting out.
Brought you everything I could scrape together. Here.
Good to hear. Good. I'll take care of the rest. You got a map? Look here. Meet me in the underworks. It's hidden, and it'll make it easier to sneak out.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Captain Eliza told me to come find you for my pay.
Indeed, I've been expecting you. Here you go.
Hey Ryan, Merchant just delivered this for you. Said he's got more merch you may be interested in too.
Oh, good. Bastard finally showed up. Damn foreigners. Good thing they're better at making deals than they are at minding their clocks or calendars.
Damn it. Master Connor isn't in the chapel. Maybe the Great Master will know where he is.
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
I'm looking for Master Connor. Any idea where I can find him?
He headed down to the underworks. Needed to get some supplies from our warehouses. If you're going there, take the elevator near the barracks. Opens up close to the warehouses and will save you some time. It's a real maze down there.
Thanks for the tip.
My dear, dear Zachariah, a pleasure as always to see you, and my gratitude for your help. Now, please, stop calling me Master. You're one of us now. What brings you here?
I met a merchant fresh off the exchange who'd like to meet you.
Strange. Some delivery I'm not expecting, or something else?
He only said he had information to give. Didn't say what, but I thought maybe there was a chance he learned something about some relics during his travels.
Relics are more the great master's field of expertise than mine. I like to stick to molding our young recruits, but come, let us see what this is all about. Is it really you, Andrew? Can it really be?
I hate to disappoint, Master Connor, but I don't die easy. And I have a little too much pride to just let myself be tossed out with the trash. We got some explaining to do.
We did not toss you out with the trash. We just did not know how to help you. Your talents were uncontrollable. So we sent you away, hoping you would forget and move on.
Hoping I'd forget? When? As 10 years of my life wasted away at the hands of a merchant? I want my goddamn life back, asshole.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how I could make it up to you.
I don't know. But you can be damn sure I'll think of something. Get out.
Andrew, I cannot tell you how remarkable to see you. Simply remarkable. Pardon me, Zachariah. You cannot know how unexpected this was. Thank you. I must now return to the source.
Ooh, who'd have fucking thought it? A Technomancer spying on other Technomancers. Crazy shit right there. From where I've stood, it looks like you were all stuck together tight as hell. Shows what I know.
Keep your mouth shut.
I'm just shocked, Lieutenant, that's all. Shocked and, just shocked.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
What does the name Andrew mean to you?
The long version of the name Andy? How about a last name? No? All right. Give me a second. I have a vague recollection of an Andrew linked to an accident at the Technomancer school years back. That what this is about? Some affair at the school? If it is, listen closely, Lieutenant. You're an officer now, not a school teacher. And I can't afford to have your attention divided. So get your head around that and out of the schoolyard. We clear?
Of course, Captain. Crystal clear.
Here we are. A couple of idiots looking for a way out. So desperate they'll fall for anything.
That really what you think's going on here?
Why? You gonna resist? If that's the case, we'll just kill you then.
Hey, no! Stop! Stop! Here's your serum. Take it back. I'll stop. Anything you want, just let me leave.
Fine, get out of here. But you start your ship back up, and next time I won't be so lenient.
Yeah, sure, thank you.
Door's locked from the other side. Guess we're going around.
Mr. Mancer, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Big on weaponry, I hope. What can I get you?
Your beggar problem's fixed. It was a little more complicated than it looked.
Really? How so?
They weren't here by choice. Poor folks got ripped off by a guy who said he was a smuggler. Told them he'd get them to Shadow Lair. Instead, he cut them up and made them work for him.
Terrible thing to hear. Glad you put an end to it. Here, take this. For saving those people and our businesses.
The hell? Fucking fallow? Hell you want, huh?
To find your chief.
Mara? You want Mara? What are you... Fuck. Fuck it. Ain't my fight. You'll find her there if you want to find her. Hope she gives you what you're looking for.
You, Mara?
Yeah. What's it to you, dick?
Charming. I helped the young lady escape from a warehouse where she was being tortured. She can't even remember her own name.
Wow, you're a hero. Thanks for the story.
She was one of yours.
You found Talia? If you found her, fuck. This would be the first damn time I'd ever owe any guy anything. You bring her here, whether she remembers herself or us or not, if it's her, she's one of us. Family. So yeah, we'll take care of her. And the assholes who fuck with her too.
Just glad to finally find her a home. There's a merchant in the exchange quarter. Name's Fiorello. He's been taking care of her. Send someone to get her. Tell him I sent you.
And what's your name? To tell him?
Zachariah Mancer.
A good name. One I won't forget. We don't have many friends with dicks around here, but I'd like to consider you one. Thanks for bringing our sister back home.
Bye, Mara.
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
I heard you put an end to the smugglers' trafficking, Mr. Mancer. I am disappointed.
Why's that?
My concern? Oh no, I simply admired the man. Not for the income he scraped from his beggar army, but rather for the pressure he managed to put on the merchants without lifting a finger. With that said, anything having to do with crime is my concern. Maybe you will remember the next time before you stick your fingers in my pies. Now tell me, what do you want?
I just wanted you to know my services are available for a price.
Interesting. A question, though. Is it really the pay you're after, Mancer, or could it be the adrenaline? Those old graybeards at the source boring the living hell out of you yet?
I don't remember inviting you into my business. If you need me, just pay.
A Technomancer for hire. A prize indeed. Who wouldn't need such a thing? But you'll need to prove yourself first. The army has a weapons shipment heading to the front. I'd like for it to not get there. Why don't you use your rank to see that it makes an unforeseen detour to, well, me?
This a test of loyalty? Fine, if that's what you need. I gotta go.
Then go.
Hey there.
Officer, hello! What can I do for the fine officer today? Check out my merchandise. I have everything you'd ever need for hunting.
Hey there. Just came by to let you know Fiorello's back in the exchange, and he's got your merchandise.
Now, that is some very good news. Thank you. I'll send my assistant right away.
Hey there, Fiorello.
Ah, the one, the only, Technomancer. A pleasure as always. What brings you here this fine day?
Where'd you find the girl?
We were actually thrown together. So when you arrived to, perhaps she comes from, but maybe, as you...
I found out where the girl's from.
That is great, great news.
Not for her, unfortunately. Turns out she was part of a female gang trying to come together as a rival to Anton Rogue's outfit. Fight barely lasted a round, but clearly it annoyed Anton enough to have one of them kidnapped and tortured to send a message.
So what happens to her now?
Just sending her back to her friends. One of the girls will probably come get her. What's the point of trying to hold her accountable for things she doesn't even remember? And she's already suffered enough.
You surprise me, officer. Open-minded, compassionate. A rare breed in your field of work. Sad to think she will just return to the streets. But what's to be done? Here, take this, for all your trouble. I hate to risk exploiting your kindness, but if I may.
Go on.
Since our little misadventure the other day, I'm always looking over my shoulder, feeling that those mob types are breathing down my neck, fearing I'm less protected than I ought to be.
Then you want bodyguards?
In a sense. But understanding that no ordinary citizen of abundance would suffice, and that such a task for you would be an insult, I was thinking that perhaps a strong mutant might do the trick. Word goes around that one might be able to make such an acquisition from the mutant pen in the slums. If you might make the trip for me, I could compensate you for the price of both the mutant and your time.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Again, thank you.
I found your clients. Told them you had their merch. They'll come pick it up as soon as they can.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, take this. As a token of my appreciation, it is not much for all you've done for me, but it's something.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Heard you have some merch coming into the station. Need a hand with the delivery?
I might be a little brazen sometimes, but not enough to turn a lieutenant into my personal errand boy.
Except that the shipment holds weapons, and if Vori get their hands on the weapons, it's gonna mean more danger for my boys. So let me give you a hand, in case not helping out ends up biting me in the ass down the line.
Fair enough. Used to be Vori only dirtied the slums, but they're like an illness lately, spreading like a contagion. Merce needs to make it up to the station and head out to the front. Thanks for the help.
Lieutenant, what can I do for you?
We've got a weapons shipment from Quartermaster Ryan. He needs it sent to the front ASAP.
Of course, Lieutenant. Will do.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Just letting you know, your order made it to the station and is headed out to the front as we speak.
And I owe you one, Lieutenant. You don't know the firestorm that would have come down from High Command if the Vori had gotten their hands on that shipment.
Officer! Officer! I need to talk to you! I'm sorry to bother you, officer, but I have important information about the Vori and their illegal activities.
What kind of information?
I've worked for the mob. For months, I was put in charge of laundering the serum, but I can't do it anymore. The pressure put on me, the fear of getting caught. So I have decided to tell the authorities anything they may want to know about the Vori's operations. Give them any evidence they need. I'm scared, officer, for my life. I just need an escort to see the investigators. Can you help me out?
Let me think about it.
Of course. Sure. I need time to grab some documents the investigators will want to see. In the meantime, I'll just pray you'll agree to pick me up tomorrow.
Hello. I have a proposal for you. A merchant is looking for a bodyguard, and you look strong. He said that he would feed you if you protected him.
Big strong, big very strong, and big always hungry.
If I understand, your name is Beg?
Yes, Beg is his name. Him wants good food and can protect man, but chief man not let Beg leave.
You mean the pen supervisor? Don't worry, I'll go talk to him. Hey there, you in charge of the mutant pen? Name's Zachariah Mancer, Ophir officer.
Hey, yeah. Pen's my responsibility. Sure. Dan Stewart, what can I do for you?
I'd like to buy the mutant who calls himself Beg.
Big Beg? Yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen. Losing him be like losing the work of 4 other mutants. Nah, he's too strong to lose.
You weren't wrong. The supervisor doesn't want you to leave. Looks like he enjoys your strength too much. What if you refuse to work here, or initiate an incident so that he decides not to keep you?
Beg not understand what men want.
If you want to go with the merchant who will feed you, you must refuse to work here. Make some noise, you see?
Yes, Beg understand. Beg, make noise and refuse work.
I wonder if he realizes the consequences of what he's about to do. Better be ready to step in before something bad happens to him.
What's he doing? Why is he making trouble? He'll still have to work.
Beg no work more. No work more.
If he doesn't stop, he'll get beaten real bad.
No, let them beat Beg. No work more.
Then he gets what he asked for.
I need to step in.
Hey, what's going on here? You lost your minds? Break it up, you fucking parasites! Going after a human? Hell you thinking? And you? Why the hell are you back here messing up the pen? Come on, go! Get out!
Look, I'm not trying to cause problems, but I already told you. I'm really interested in getting this slave. And since the others were just about to kill him...
They weren't gonna kill him. Maybe beat the shit out of him as a lesson. Like I'm gonna do to you if you don't get out and stay out.
Hey, just listen a second. This mutant's obviously showing a little rebellious streak. Leave him here. That streak might spread to the others, you know? Then what do you have? Plus, he refuses to work, so what good is he to you? Give him to me, and I'll make sure he gets back on track.
Fuck. Last fucking thing I need's a rebellion. Damn waste is what he is. That brawn. Fine, take him. Let him be your burden.
Then we have a deal. Think you could take him to a merchant in the exchange quarter for me? Name's Fiorello.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? 'Cause I'm a fucking delivery service. Once I drop him off, though, I don't want to see you or hear another damn thing about him. He's your problem now, yeah?
Fair enough. Have a good one.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
Lieutenant, should we maybe get the civilians away from the plaza? It might be safer.
Good point. Yeah, let's ask him to move back. Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy. How are you? Nothing broken, I hope?
I have a sample of a drug that was administered to the soldiers. We absolutely need an antidote. Can you do that?
Of course. You know, you could have probably made it yourself. If you had listened to the science lessons I was trying to teach you. Oh well, you preferred to throw lightning bolts. I remember that time.
Scott, here's the sample. Can I get an antidote?
You think that I'm senile? You'll see. Give me some time. Take this. It wasn't that complicated. I made you one dose, and I wrote down the formula on it. They'll be on their own for making others.
Thank you, Scott. Stay back. Keep moving.
Screw you! You move! I live here!
There may be an attack coming. We're just trying to keep everyone safe.
An attack? Why didn't you just say that? We're out of here!
Citizens, gotta keep moving. Go!
We're going.
Oh, hey there. You're the officer who's escorting us? Damn, we got lucky. Our own Technomancer. Name's Nisha.
Pleasure. Zachariah Mancer. I'll get you where you need to go.
Never met a Technomancer before. Must be amazing to have powers like that. I gotta say, I was getting pretty worried Aurora would try to attack us on the road. But with you tagging along?
We still need to be careful and stick together. Never know when danger's gonna crop up.
Based on the threats we received, I was really anticipating Aurora to strike.
Their cunning knows no end. Even now, we are still within their reach.
And the truth scares me. We must get to the exchange. Only then will we be safe.
Astounding. By the way, did you read Rick's report about the 2 new mines found by the Reachers?
No. I'll take a look at it when we're there.
Can't open the lock or break it. Gonna need the combination.
Hello, officer. I'm Simon Judge.
Hello, Mr. Judge. I'm Zachariah Mancer, and I've been assigned to escort you.
Mancer? A Technomancer? I've never had the opportunity to cross paths with your kind. You're a pretty mysterious group of people. I've heard that your abilities could turn out to be dangerous, even for you. Is it true?
It's called a surge. Intense excitement and emotions can make us generate more energy than we can usually handle. It creates an overload. If we manage to keep it in check, the effects are minor, and it can be used very effectively in combat. Result is devastating for anything around the Technomancer. Unfortunately, in extreme cases, it can lead to the death of the one who generates it.
Fascinating. That's really fascinating. You are really the spearhead of the armies of Mars.
We leaving soon. I'm ready when you are.
Did you hear that, Lieutenant? We gotta get over there.
Can't leave these people without an escort, soldier. They're vulnerable to attack. Go on, report back when you can. Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins. Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins. Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins. Get you someplace safe. We gotta go, now.
We're following you, officer, trusting you with our lives.
Let's head to the north gate. Then the guards can take you to the residence, or the exchange.
You're an impressive young man. I've always trusted our Technomancers. Gentlemen, miss, let us dally no more.
Safe here, are we, officer? Thank you, officer. I hope to see you around soon. I'll be at the source.
Lieutenant! Everything go all right? It's been awful over there. They blew up the protection shutters, so we had to evacuate everyone.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't just a diversion. It was a symbol, too. Destroy the roof of a rival city, and they won't forget about it anytime soon.
That's true. That's some good thinking, Lieutenant. So, we heading back to the barracks? Sure the captain will be wanting your report as soon as possible.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah? Despite the attack, the officials reached the source. Good work, Lieutenant.
All safe and sound at the camp as promised, Captain.
You're already making yourself one hell of an asset, Lieutenant. No doubt those officials owe you their lives. You sure as hell earned your pay. Go see the quartermaster to get it. Our response to the attack can't be passive. We strike fast, we strike hard, and we strike now. ASC discovered that they got in through the underworks, through tunnels connected to their shadow paths, so that's where we're gonna hit them. Get a rover and Amelia Reacher to drive you there, and wipe the Aurora shits off the face of Mars and destroy their damn tunnels. Failure's not an option. This is a mission of pride for this army, not just for abundance. They struck us in our home. For that, we'll annihilate them. Don't let us down, Lieutenant. During their assassination plot, Aurora's diversion attempts destroyed some of our city's roofs, forcing us to evacuate blocks of citizens to protect them from the sun. We need the repairs done, and done quickly. But instead of working on the repairs where they're damn well needed, the fucking mutants have now chosen to revolt. Put an end to it, Lieutenant. Get them back to work so our city can get back to living.
Will do, Captain.
Before you go, Lieutenant, I want you to know, your professor, Captain Sean Manser, leaving the city for the front. Might want to go say goodbye.
Thank you, Captain. Appreciate it. Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
I went to a friend for a solution to our antidote problem, and he found one.
That's the kind of good news you don't get every day. You could stop 100 terrorist attacks and still not save as many lives as you have with that antidote, Lieutenant.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Captain Eliza told me to come find you for my pay.
Indeed, I've been expecting you. Here you go.
Man, Nice man, help Beg, please. Beg soon leave with Master Merchant. Beg need help, man lightning.
I guess that I can bring the stone, yes. It's a very nice drawing that you made.
Yes, man lightning, nice. Give Master to Beg. Beg have memory for Mother. Make himself. You go give memory to Mother Beg?
Is it me you're calling Man Lightning?
Man nice, man very nice.
Where are you from, Beg? Have you worked in the pen for a long time?
Beg not know, several, many nights.
It's not gonna be easy to get anything from him. Goodbye, Beg.
Goodbye.
Hey there, Fiorello.
Ah, the one, the only, Technomancer. A pleasure as always. What brings you here this fine day?
I see they got you the mutant.
Yes, yes, a wonderful specimen. Words and all.
Beg, mutant, called Beg.
Beautiful! Yes, Beg. And his sheer size. Like he was simply built to dissuade any ill-intentioned folks from bothering us. Here, take this. To compensate you for all you've done. And feel free anytime to request any favor in return.
Zachariah, so your captain told you I was heading out, did she? I should be grateful. It is good to see you. Perhaps for the last time. I'm leaving for the front, as is expected.
I wish you could stay longer.
Wish that I could as well, if not only to appease my concern for you. But their will moves more than my desire. So they separate us, as they always have. To keep us divided. And I fear to further isolate you. Stay wary, mindful. You are in their sights, my dear Zachariah. You are the newest initiate, the youngest. And so, to them, the most attainable. The shortest route to knowing our secret. Such is our world. We are pawns in a chess game played by imbeciles, clinging to nothing but illusions of power. And the real power that illusion brings. Take care, Zachariah. Take care.
I will. My word. Until we meet again, Master.
I'm afraid this is more of a farewell. And it's Sean. Forgive me not.
It is always sad to see a friend leave, especially when you know that he's going to risk his life every day. You must be feeling very lonely. It is up to you to earn a new friend to support you through hard times. A friend powerful enough. Have you thought about my request? What's little secret shared against a strong friendship, after all?
I would be honored to have you among my friends, Colonel. But alas, I don't know what secret you're alluding to. I'm sorry.
A pity indeed, because you will find out soon enough that while I can be a great friend, I can also be a fierce enemy. See you later, Lieutenant.
Officer? Yoo-hoo! Officer, could I ask you a favor? Officer Zachariah Mancer, a sight for sore eyes. Our hero, brave and strong.
I like where this is going.
Well, you know, you were just so nice, and if you wanted, if you had time, I know you're probably busy, but if you did...
What?
I'm just glad you came to see me. I was just thinking about you. Feel like you're maybe the only guy who could help me.
Why? What's going on?
I just don't have a lot of friends in Ophir. Never really had time for them, but one of the few I have, Abby Goodsman, owns a stall. She's a great girl. Lately, though, she's been scared for her life. Soldiers have been trying to extort her for serum. They tore down her stall and threatened all sorts of horrible things when she wouldn't pay. As an officer, I was hoping you could find out who these wicked men are and figure out why they're messing with a good girl like Abby. Please, I'm really terrified for her.
If you're positive they're soldiers, that's weird. Yeah, I'll look into it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I knew you were a good guy.
Can I ask how you ended up becoming an artist?
That's a long story, officer. Not the happy kind. Don't want to depress you.
I got all night.
All right. Okay. You asked for it. I got left alone when I was young. Parents died, so I was forced out on the streets. One of 1,000 orphans like me. Did a lot of stuff I wasn't proud of, but had to get by, you know? Then I got lucky, and the center took me in, gave me food and clothes and an education and hope and a purpose once they taught me music, and confidence once they told me I was talented. So, when I was old enough to leave the orphanage, I got lucky and met some other musicians who gave me a lot of help. Ended up performing in some bars around the slums. Not glamorous, but I got lucky, and it got me here. So, maybe the story's not so sad after all.
You're not really like everyone else, are you?
What do you mean?
Anyone ever tell you how beautiful you are?
Yeah, all the time. Why?
I gotta go.
All right. Well, maybe I'll see you again soon. Be careful. Would hate to lose a guy like you around here.
You Abby Goodsman?
Yes, By the shadow, please don't tell me that man sent you.
No, your friend Nisha, the artist, sent me. Said she thought you were in trouble. It looks like she was right.
Yes. Thank you. They're ruining my life. I'm being threatened by soldiers who tore down my shop. Why? Because they wanted serum I don't even have. And if I didn't give it to them, they said they'd denounce me. For what? I never did anything bad.
Yeah, I believe you. You sure they were real soldiers, though? Could have been mobsters in disguise.
All I know is their uniforms sure looked real, and their chief told me to call him Sam Ward. He's sick. You hear me? Sick. A brutal... Please help me. The threats keep coming, and I'm telling you, they're gonna kill me. I know it.
It's all right. Everything will be okay. I'm gonna look for this Sam Ward. Talk to him. Talk to my captain about him, too. I'll get it worked out. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you, officer. Thank you so much.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Captain, can I get some intel on a couple citizens?
As long as it's mission-related, Lieutenant.
What do you know about a soldier named Sam Ward?
Not a lot. The little I know is nothing good. Mostly about the company he keeps, like Vori. Not enough to arrest him, but enough to be glad he's not one of my problems. Word to the wise, which I hope you are. Stay away from him unless you're looking for the kind of trouble you can't dig your way out of.
Of course, Captain. Her name is Abby Goodsman.
Give me a sec. She's a trader with a small shop in the exchange quarter. No arrests, no complaints, no bookmark by the ASC. You said this was mission-related, Lieutenant?
Of course, Captain. Just following up on some leads. You the one that's been threatening Abby Goodsman?
Really? What? That bitch complained to the great magicians? Great. Perfect. You know what she's up to. She's anti-regime, and she's plotting against abundance. True fucking story. Your little friend's a traitor, Mancer. Too bad your powers don't include lie detection, huh? So, who cares? We put a little pressure on her, milk her a little bit before the ASC catches her. So what? She deserves it. All she needed to do was be loyal to the damn corporation that raised her. Watch your back. If someone heard about you being friendly with some of the oppositionists like that girl, let's just say it won't end well.
Alright, pretty simple. Just gotta stop the soldier so he can't make good on his threats.
Know what I feel like doing? Paying a visit to that pretty Abby girl. Yeah. Chick didn't learn her lesson after we tore down her shop. Maybe we could teach her a lesson in some other ways.
Sick. You're sick. But it's a sick I wouldn't mind catching, yeah? Why not? Damn pretty girl. I'll grab Chris and we'll make it a party.
Nice. Sounds good. Hey, shut up. I hear someone.
Alright, pretty simple. Just gotta stop the soldier so he can't make good on his threats.
You know something? It's assholes like them who screw up our reputations. They deserve every damn bit of beating we're gonna give them.
For once we agree on something.
Hey, stop it! Soldiers, cut it out!
Who the hell do you think you are? Trying to give me orders, Mancer? I don't report to you, and you don't have a damn clue what's going on here. We'll take what we're owed from the broad and leave it for dead if we want. We clear? Or did we misunderstand and you just want to join us in the beatdown?
How do I thank you for everything you've done for me? I don't... If there is anything I can ever do for you, please tell me. Thank you.
My God. I know, I couldn't believe it myself. An explosion right in the middle of Ophir.
Hey, Nisha.
Well, well, day's looking up already.
I took care of your friend's problem. The soldiers won't be bothering Abby anymore. It's a promise.
Thank you. That's really nice of you to help two ladies needing a hand. You're a real sweetheart. Really hope I can repay you in the future. I'll never forget what you did.
I gotta go.
All right. Well, maybe I'll see you again soon. Be careful. Would hate to lose a guy like you around here.
sorry if this is out of line, Lieutenant, but why the hell are we helping a mutant? Seems like a waste of time. Something the captain might not.
Because I said so. It won't take long.
Those mutants refused to climb onto the roof to fix it. Just when I thought I'd seen everything.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
Thank you. You came. Thank you. Let's get going as soon as possible.
All right, let's go.
Lieutenant?
Soldier, listen up. This merchant's got intel about the mob's trafficking, so he's under the protection of Abundance. Take care of him, and make sure he gets his documents to the head investigator.
Yes, sir! Thank you, officer! Thank you! Thank you! I thought I was gonna die! Thank you!
This is really something, ain't it, Lieutenant? Getting revenge for an attack on Ophir, smack dab in the Aurora front. Taking a rover, too. Imagine my luck. I've never ridden in one before. I'm terribly grateful for this whole thing. I mean, come on. Not every day you get sent out on a heroic top-level mission with Amelia Reacher. Have you met her before? She's an adventurer. Goes out into the world and discovers mines and all sorts of stuff.
I've heard about her. Know everything everyone else does.
Strange facing off Aurora troops right in the middle of their territory.
Hey, you! Please, please stop. I need you. You is one of them Technomancers, ain't ya? Heard about you. One of them fancy officers supposed to be our protectors.
We do what we can.
Then maybe you the man I should ask for help. You see, I got a daughter. Prettiest thing you ever seen. So sweet and kind and everything a mom would ever want in a baby girl. Kind of daughter makes you just bubble with pride. But she's gone now. Just disappeared. And I know you ain't know her, but I promise she ain't the kind of girl who'd just leave her mama without no word. It's them Vori done took her. I know it. Took her and forcing her to do heaven knows what. Horrible things I can't imagine. You gotta help. You've got to help her, Mr. Mancer.
I'll do my best. What's her name?
Sarah. Her name is Sarah. Thank you so much, sir. I can't say how good it is for you to help a woman like me. Thank you, sir. Thank you for my baby girl and me.
Explosion. How? Why? I'm still shaking.
Must have been those Aurora bastards. They dare not confront our army face to face. Instead, they target our weak, our feeble, and defenseless. Have they no shame?
Hi, you Jenny Labor?
Yeah, that's me. What can I do for you?
Nothing for me. A mutant named Beg sent me to give you something. A souvenir, or... I don't know. It's just a stone that he drew on.
Thank you. Oh, my dear little...
Hey there!
What is wrong with this corporation? Have all the bigwigs gone crazy? That poor woman has resorted to eating a stone just to get away from the ASC. This is completely insane. What are we gonna tell the mutant?
We're gonna tell him his mother's dead. Unless you got a better idea.